guys, I'm Jessica. My Instagram name is Sustainable Rainbow. I'm here at the Goodwill on 48th Street in Baseline, shopping for some looks of the week. So let's go. First thing I like to do is check out their sign to see which tag is discounted. At the Arizona Goodwills, they have 50% off one tag every day. So let's grab a cart. The store is huge. I really like that it's organized by color. I love rainbow colors, so I usually stay away from anything gray or black. Okay, so one way to know if you're getting a good deal on something, a lot of brands make factory items. So like J. Crew, this item, because it has the two dots right here, it's made for their outlets. So it's not as good of a deal as the regular full line J. Crew. The same thing applies to Gap and a couple other brands, maybe Banana Republic. They have lines that are just made for their outlets. So they're still a good deal here, but they're not as good of a deal as if it doesn't have the two dots. This is fun. So this is by Fifth Sun, which is a Target brand, but it's only $4.99. So it's a great way to shop something. If you like fast fashion, but you don't want to support the fast fashion industry, Goodwill is a great alternative. I love graphic tees, if you couldn't tell. I actually got this sweater at Goodwill. It was $6 and it's Wild Fox, so it was like around $150 retail. I love a good deal. So this is not my style, but it is my best friend's style, and we always find stuff for each other at Goodwill. So I'm going to text her a picture of this one to see if she wants it. Ooh. I went to the University of Arizona, so I obviously need this. This is super cute. I can wear this whenever we go to games. Also, pink tag, 50% off. I see these here all the time. I actually have like a whole collection of these in bright colors. These are the Express Portofino shirts. They come in short sleeve, sleeveless, long sleeve, and they're really great basics like for work. So it's a great place to shop for stuff like that if you're on a budget or if you don't want to support the fast fashion industry. That's actually what my blog is going to be about. It's launching very soon. It is about sustainable alternatives to fast fashion, like shopping at Goodwill or other secondhand stores, consignment shops, online secondhand places, and sustainable fashion companies that exist, and ethical fashion companies, but all related to colorful pieces. Here's another example of the made for factory. With Gap, I think it's 3 dots instead of the 2 dots. So just another thing to look for. If you ever are at an actual outlet, you'll notice most of the items have that, but if they don't, then you'll know it was actually straight from retail. It's pretty rare these days, but it does happen. Seeing so many people so obsessed with fast fashion and getting caught up in it myself through Instagram, I realized like I needed to change and like something needed to be different with me, and I just wanted to share about my journey towards more ethical shopping with my followers, because I know it's not easy to do, but there are small things we can do every day. Like just if you like, you can buy things like buy Old Navy, Gap, Express here, and then you're not necessarily directly supporting companies who don't care as much about their workers' rights, and you're preventing stuff from going into the landfill, because a lot of what gets donated to Goodwill ends up in landfills. Most people don't end up buying it, so it's really important to shop your local thrift shops. You never know what you're going to find. There's always so many great things. Ooh, okay, so the store Anthropologie carries a lot of brands. I don't think they carry anything that actually says Anthropologie on the tag, but it's good to study on their website the different brands they do carry. This is a brand that they carry, Doletta, and this is only $5. I think it's like a tunic or a dress, I don't know. But this is a cool like layering piece, and it's a great deal because nothing at Anthropologie ever sells for anywhere close to this price. So another really important thing when you're shopping at a place like Goodwill is to check all the different size areas, because sometimes things will get misplaced, or if it's a used item, you never know like if it got shrunk in the dryer. So maybe like if you're normally an extra small, then an extra large might fit you in that product. So it's really useful to check all the different areas for all the sizes, which I know can be time consuming, but is usually really worth it. This looks handmade. No buttons though. If you guys ever find stuff and it's missing buttons, oh, there's a button over here. Just kidding. But if you ever do find things and they're missing buttons, you can usually just sew on your own, or sometimes you can contact a brand if there's a brand on it, and they'll send you replacement buttons for free. even if you didn't buy it from them. I definitely found a love of thrifting when I lived in New York because there was everything was super expensive, but if you found thrift stores like Goodwill, there was a lot of really great things. I found a pair of Jimmy Choo boots there for like $19 once. And they were like a size too small, but I didn't care, and I squeezed my feet in them because you don't find Jimmy Choo boots for that cheap anywhere. And I was like, okay, clearly I need to keep shopping here because if there's that deal, what else is there? That's the best part, is that like you never know what you're gonna find. There's always great things. Okay, also, you can find a lot of really cool vintage stuff here. Like this tag, I mean, this makes it look like it was made in the 70s or earlier, so this feels like real silk. It's super fun. I love these sleeves and this color. Only $5. So the big thing about thrifting is that you don't always know what you're gonna find. So if you go in with like a specific mindset, you might not be as satisfied as if you just went in looking for, say, a colorful outfit to wear out with your friends or something. I mean, for me, colorful, I don't know. Most people aren't into that, but like instead of saying like, I need a sweater, you could say like, well, maybe a top would be just as good, and then if you have a sweater you could wear with it, over it or something, that might work. But the big thing is to not come in with any like preconceived notions on what you're looking for, otherwise you're gonna be disappointed. That's the thrill of the hunt. You never know what you're gonna find. It's the most exciting part for me. This is cool. So in Arizona, it's still pretty warm out. I'm wearing a cotton sweater and it's like, I'm sweating when I go outside. So like sheer layer things are my jam, especially colorful ones. And that one's only $5. I don't think anything I've seen yet has been more than $5. So that's awesome. You guys know how velvet's in now? Do you remember how it used to be in like 20, 30 years ago? This is definitely a vintage piece. I like this color, and since velvet is apparently in again, I'm gonna give it a try. Being a thrift shopper, I am almost never buying things that are like the current trend. Which is helpful anyway, because if you're building a wardrobe where you can really like wear all the stuff that you own, having really trendy stuff is not useful or purposeful. So it's always interesting when I do find like on-trend stuff that's here, because it's rare. Another on-trend fabric is chenille, which feels like a blanket, and apparently that's in style now, and anything that feels like a blanket I am all over, so definitely gonna take that. So many cute purses. I'll have to come back and look at those later. I tend to get distracted easily, so I try to like do like entire rows at a time, so I don't lose track of what I've seen and what I've not seen. This still has the original tags on it, so for anyone that thinks you can't buy stuff that's brand new at Goodwill, you are wrong. There are so many Old Navy and loft pieces here. I know people go crazy for that stuff on Instagram, but even if you got it like 50% off there, you can find it for even less here. And then you won't be supporting the fast fashion industry directly. Ooh, another fun vintage piece. I've never heard of any of these vintage brands, but you can tell by the tag, usually, if it's vintage. This feels like silk. It says it's a large, but there's no size tag in here, so I'm gonna give it a try. It's fun. All right, what do you say we go find some pants? Ooh, sequin pants. These are a large, but they have a drawstring waist, so they might work. Perfect for New Year's. Wow. Leather pants for $15. If you're small, come on. Come get them. Are these also leather? These are leather pants, and they're shiny. These are so cool. Not my size, but they're $8. Did you know that Gloria Vanderbilt is Anderson Cooper's mom? Because I just learned that, like, recently. Ooh, dresses. This is fun. Look at that hemline. That needs to go to a party. Now, there's a hole in the back, but that looks pretty fixable. I'm gonna try it on. Another velvet dress. They're so soft. Let's check out the coats since we're nearby. We can go backwards. Ooh, Free People. This is pretty cool. Oh, and this just came out a couple days ago onto the floor. I know it's gray, but it's so cool. All right, who's ready to try some stuff on? To the dressing rooms we go. All right, I'm heading in to try some stuff on. Let's see what works. So this was one of the vintage pieces that I found that I love. I'm pretty sure it's silk. It didn't have a material tag, but it has like a very royal feel. I really like this one. This is that joie sweater that I found. That's probably one of the best deals that I found here so far. It is neutral, so it's not necessarily my style, but I'll see if one of my friends wants it. I like that it's got pockets and the side split seams. And it's so cozy. Joie is like really, really well made, so you know you're getting a good piece with their stuff, and it's only $6. Okay, so I really like both of these pieces. This is that chenille sweater that's on trend, very cozy, feels like a blanket. And this skirt, it's very twirly. And I really like it. So these are two pieces that I really like. I don't know that I would necessarily wear them together, but that Target graphic tee that says, okay, but first coffee, because nothing comes before coffee. And this kimono, bathrobe-y feeling sheer cardigan. Okay, same shirt, but different overlay. This jacket, it looks like it would be itchy, but it's really soft. It's Free People. I know it's gray, but like, it's so cool. I love it. It makes me feel like kind of edgy. And I think it's only $10, which is amazing for Free People anywhere. All right, guys, I think I've got my looks of the week. Be sure to follow me on Instagram @SustainableRainbow and also follow Goodwill AZ so you can check out my looks. Have a great day.